Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Game of Trades and this is going to be a technical analysis of the S&P 500 futures. It's been a while since I haven't gone in detail in the S&P 500, so that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to analyze first of all the weekly chart of the S&P 500, and then I'm going to go into the daily and probably the hourly chart to try and see what's going to happen in the next few days and where I think the S&P 500 is going to go. So make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and without further ado, let's get right into it. So as you can see, this is a weekly chart of the S&P 500, and I just have a few things to say on this. We are cracking up to all-time highs again for now the fourth time in the past few months. But a few things to note: we have divergence on the weekly chart on the MACD. You can see we're making a series of lower highs here, while the price is continuing higher, which is actually a sign of reversal, and at the end of an extended bull run, it is the sign of the end of an economic cycle, which is pretty much what I've been saying for a while. You know, it might not happen tomorrow or in the next few weeks, but it will definitely happen sometime this year. You know, we'd have to see a lot of bullish action to undo these technicals. I think it's pretty much set and done what's going to happen in 2019, 2020. So that's what I see on the MAC, on the indicators, and you know, about the all-time highs, I'm waiting to see a big green candle that breaks to the upside. You know, what we've seen here is every time we reach these levels, these all-time high levels, we start to see smaller and smaller candles, and that just means that we're stalling here. We are not breaking up impulsively, and I think we need to see much more bullish action to say that these levels are behind us. This small break of all-time highs is not what you want to see. You want to see a big green candle, and we might see it this week. It's only Tuesday. We might see it this week or the next, but until I see that, I'm going to remain short-term bearish. That's pretty much all I have to say on the weekly chart. Now let's get into the daily chart. That's the interesting part. Alright, so on the daily chart, we now have additional divergence on the MACD and on the RSI. So we did have this wedge pattern that we traded. When we broke, I made a video, and I had a few targets set, and we reversed off my second target right here. And since we've been bouncing back up and making additional divergence, which is exactly what we have here, the MACD making lower highs whilst the price is continuing on higher, and same thing goes for the RSI. Here we have lower highs right there. So that again is sign of a potential reversal, but obviously we don't have the sell signal yet, so these divergence can build on and on for a few weeks before we actually see a consecutive an actual correction following them. So that's what I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the sell signal, and you can see that so far we do have an uptrend line. It's not very clearly defined. We only have two reactions off of it, a few more on the hourly, but I do have an uptrend line, and if we start to break this impulsively, I have three levels that I'm looking at here, and that's another thing I want to highlight today. It's the levels that I'm looking at, which correspond to nice price levels, as you can see. we have this 287 level with a few reactions off of here. It's where we reversed back in the beginning of 2018. It was the high here. I think it's become a pretty important level that I do expect a reaction off of it. And these are my two other targets. This one being the limit for my correction thesis, and if we do start heading lower than this, it is it's gonna get ugly for the stock market. We are bound to undercut these lows if we start heading on lower than this, but that's not for now. We still have a lot of work to do on the short side to see this kind of development. So that's what I wanted to say on the hourly. You can take this as a trade setup. I am currently short on the S&P 500. I do see more short potential than long potential, so I am net short on my account. And I think my stop is 3,000. I suggest, at least on the S&P 500 futures, that's a pretty good stop, because if we start heading on higher than this, it's a pretty psychological level, this 3,000 level. If we break upwards, traders are gonna think, yeah, okay, we've gone past this level, and we can put all entire um, this entire sideways trading level behind us, and then we'll have a nice support level for later on. So, again, going back to the weekly chart, I want to see a big weekly green candle that pushes past the 3,000 level impulsively, and that's when I'll switch my outlook from bearish to bullish. We'll see how it plays out, but potentially right now, again, I am still bearish. I do not see any evidence whatsoever to go long, and just the potential is a lot more attractive to the short side. So again, these are the three targets. Probably this one is the most likely one right now. It's my favorite target, but I'll definitely keep you guys updated as we start going down, if we start going down. So that's about all I wanted to say on the S&P 500 today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment to tell me what you guys think of this. And in the meantime, good luck on your trading, and see you next time.